The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The Foreign Affairs Department has summoned Chinese Ambassador to Manila, Wang Xilian, and lodged a diplomatic protest over the incident. However, the Chinese envoy did not show up since he was supposedly out of town. Chinese Deputy of Mission Xu Jinyong met with the DFA instead. The Chinese embassy said, though, that its diplomat, quote, expressed strong dissatisfaction and resolute opposition to the Philippines' supposed trespassing into the Ayungin, or what they call Renai Reef. Now, while China's recent action was aggressive, dangerous, and provocative, as described by the U.S., DFA spokesperson Teresita Daza said, they have yet to be determined if it could be considered an armed attack that could justify invoking the Mutual Defense Treaty. Since 2020, the Philippines has filed over 460 diplomatic protests against China. 122 of those were filed under the Marcos administration. More candidates in Abra have dropped out of the upcoming barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. As of Friday, the Provincial Election Office says 250 people have withdrawn their candidacy. 48 of them were running for barangay captain, while 88 were vying for a kagawad post. More than 110 candidates vying for a spot in the Sangguniang Kabataan have also withdrawn from the race. The local election says most of those who dropped from the race already had relatives holding positions up for election and wanted to avoid disqualification. There are also barangay captains and kagawad candidates reportedly coerced into withdrawing from the race. However, the Comelec says it cannot file the proper charges if no complaints are filed against those who forced them to drop out. Over 300,000 uniformed personnel have been assigned to guard the upcoming barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. The personnel are divided based on the security threat of each barangay. So far, more than 300 barangays are in the red category, or those with reported election-related incidents and security threats. According to the National Police, though, there are fewer reported election-related incidents now compared to the previous elections. The number coding scheme will be lifted during the upcoming barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. The traffic program will also be suspended on November 1 and 2. The MMDA urges passengers to follow traffic rules and plan their travels ahead of time. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on The One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Up to 100 Filipinos in Lebanon have already coordinated with the Foreign Affairs Department for possible repatriation. This follows the Philippine Embassy calling for the voluntary repatriation of Filipinos there as fighting spills over to the southern border of Lebanon, where Hamas supporter Hezbollah is camped. Up to 100 of the over 17,000 Filipinos in Lebanon are requesting repatriation. We still have no information on when our kababayans from Lebanon can return home.
Dahil po lumalala yung sitwasyon na inactivate na po namin yung crisis management team ng embassy at we began implementing po itong contingency plans.
After weeks of rollbacks, motorists are again seeing an increase in the prices of fuel products. Effective this morning, gasoline has become more expensive by nearly a peso per liter, while diesel prices are up by 1 peso and 30 centavos. Energy official Rodela Romero said the oil price hike may be attributed to uncertainties related to the situation in Palestinian territory, Gaza, the cancellation of the Jordan Peace Summit on October 18, Iran's call for oil embargo on Israel, and lower stockpiles of crude oil in the United States. Romero assured, however, the government is ready to lend a hand to motorists affected of the hike.
Kung pagbabasihan po ang aksyon ng Department of Energy, koordinasyon na ginagawa namin sa mga oil companies para magpatupad po sila ng mga discount program sa iba't ibang uri ng mamimili sa mga gasolinahan. May mga PUB lanes, may mga discount po doon, minsan na umaabot mula piso hanggang 4 na piso kada litro. Sa mga motoristas, gamitin nila yung kanilang power of choice. Kasi yun nga po, nasabi natin, may mga discount sa iba't ibang gasolinahan. Magtipid po talaga yung pagkanilang lakad o kaya biyahe, dapat nakaplano po yung mga biyahe para at least makatipid.
Athletes Ernie Gawilan and Gary Behino secured the first medals for the Philippines in the 4th Asian Para Games in China. Gawilan won the bronze in the men's 200-meter individual medley with a time of 2 minutes and 52.82 seconds. Back in 2018, Gawilan won gold in 3 events, the 200-meter medley, 400-meter freestyle, and 100-meter backstroke. Shortly after that, Behino also secured a bronze in the men's 100-meter freestyle with a time of 1 minute and 12.76 seconds. The Asian Para Games will run until October 28. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.